Oh, baby, check this out, huh? Yipes. The Hooter girls and the Budweiser babes. And the hot rod, Rodney Belts, bringing up the rear in car number 64. That have the autograph on them, there's still a few of them out there. There's still some autograph stickers that are good for a free hat. Here we go, out of 4. Bob Bauer breaks him down the front straightaway now into turn number 1 and 2, gets way up high out of the second corner. And everybody comes charging after him. Dave Regis in the 27 car has the point out of turn number 4. Four cars slicing and dicing out of corner number 4, and look at Doug Flick go to the top side of the Speedway in car number 7. Live at turn number 2, and it's the other Flick out in front, Doug Flick. It's flying Brian Fink second, and the yellow is out. Caution on the Speedway. We have a bunch of debris down in turn number 1. Debris set to go racing up in 3 and 4. Get ready to restart them with a Regis out in front. Here they come right at you. Look out, Doug Flick, Brian Fink. Molding their race cars together. And we've got a yellow, immediate yellow out here. Flying Brian Fink and Doug Flick getting together on the restart.
At a number 7, they checked the car out. Doesn't look to be any damage on the outside. Doug's going to try to make a run of it. He's getting strapped in, and he'll rejoin the field this feature event.
House is 4th, Leonard the Ripper 5th. And away we go. Mark Flick down on the inside in car number 2. Makes a run about Bauer. Bauer gets a little bit high. In the meantime, Mark Bigot stick Flick on the bottom side of the racetrack, goes for the lead and has the point. He brings Bobby Kraus right with him. A bump and run between Regis and Brian Swartzlander, and things are terminal for Doug Flick. He's back to the pits in the 7 car. But something apparently didn't feel right for Doug. Flick will crank it up out of 4-year leader, Kraus, Swartzlander. Leonard Ripper getting a strong ride in the triple deuce. Look out, Bob Waring Jr. is in the infield. Back up on the racetrack. Ripper is way up high in turn number 2, and he broke. Ripper has broke in the triple deuce, and the yellow is out. Yellow. Mark Flick and Bobby Kraus bring him out of turn number 4. Down in the 1 and 2 we go racing now. Brian Swartzlander sticks a nose in there in the 83S. Mark Flick opens up 3 car lengths on Bobby Kraus. Flick, Kraus, Swartzlander, Weller, and Blaney. Boy, Weller and Blaney really carrying those left front wheels as they come out of the corners. Bobby Kraus is also picking up that left front tire. Watch those left front wheels. Look at Blaney, man, he's really carrying the wheel. Scott Barris may have just blown a number 3. Bob Waring Jr. having trouble with you folks again down there out of turn number 4. They're just not showing our defending champion any hospitality at all. Mark Flick, Bobby Kraus, Brian Swartz. Schwartzlander, Weller, and Blaney. And look at him carry that left front. I don't know who's getting that wheel up higher, Kraus, Weller, or Blaney. They have the suspension pretty soft on that right rear. Mark Flick digs in and drives away. Now Kraus gets a little high up in 2, and that gives Brian Schwartzlander a shot at him. And Brian Schwartzlander gets into second. On the backstretch, Dave Murdoch will bring out the yellow. Yellow is out. Turn number 4, Mark Flick brings him out of corner number 4. Brian Schwartzlander takes the second spot. Somebody's got big-time motor problems. That's Carl Murdoch in the number 6. And the yellow is out. Yellow is out so that everybody can see. Boy, that was a dandy. Greg Wheeling cuts him loose up in turn number 3. Here we go now down the back straightaway with Flick out in front. Bobby Kraus regains the runner-up position. Brian Schwartzlander says, hey, that's my spot, and I want it back now. Schwartzlander into second, and he's putting the heat on Mark Flick. And Mark Flick's car didn't sound too healthy when he came across the line that time. Schwartzlander goes for the lead, can't quite get it. Look at Blaney carry that left front. Mercy days, out in front. Mark Flick still your leader. But I'll tell you what, he's losing it, and there goes a tire. There went the tire on Mark Flick's number 2. And the yellow is out. The yellow is out. Your point leader, Mark Flick, lost a tire down the backstretch. Wouldn't think of flying with anybody else but US Air. Here we go, out of corner number 4. Green is out and we're underway. Brian Schwartzlander takes him to the back straightaway. Blaney now gets into second. Off of corner number 4, Kraus tries to get him on the outside. Can't get it done. And Brian Schwartzlander settles in the 83, your leader. Into 3 and 4, Schwartzlander has about 2 or 3 car lengths, but Blaney cuts it down as they enter the corner. Schwartzlander really driving off well, though. Blaney, look at him carry that left front. Gets way out over the ridge on the backstretch. Jim Weller gets by Bob Kraus for 3rd. Kraus says, oh, no, you don't. He comes back at him on the inside. Car over the hill in 2, and the yellow is out. Rodney Belts in car number 64 sets off of the second turn. Little too early, not going to go this time. "17 laps are down. We have 3 to go, and Brian Schwartzlander brings them out of corner number 4. Lou Blaney drives hard out of 2. As he tries to catch Brian Swartzlander. Picking that left front wheel up with 2 to go. Blaney making a run at him with 1 to go. This one will be over until they get to the black and white. Look at all the photographers lined up to get a picture of this one. Brian Swartzlander has the lead. Blaney coming hard on the outside. He stumbles just a bit, and Brian Swartzlander takes them in the 83S. Brian Swartzlander in the 80 to 31, and Jack Soderman in the 8C. So for the second time this year, the Ferranti Oldsmobile number 83S of Brian Swartzlander will be in victory lane. Again, that was the Bicknell House car last year. Budweiser Sprint cars are up next for their mid-season championship race. The Budweiser Sprinters are up next for their mid-season championship. Brian Swartzlander races out of Leechburg, Pennsylvania. Well, we have Flying Brian Fink, and now we're going to have Smiling Brian Swartzlander. There's a happy camper climbing out of the car, getting a hug in victory lane. I'll tell you what, they're letting him hear it down there on that side of the car. Let's see how you folks can do up here in the grandstands when he gets around to this side, if we ever get him around to this side. Takes a second to compose himself there. More hugs and kisses. All right, they made him feel at home down there on the left side of the car. It's your turn here on the grandstand side, ladies and gentlemen. Your Marymount modified feature winner for the second time this year is Smiling Brian Swartzlander in the 83S.